I was 17 years old, and my parents gave me my first car, a 2001 Honda Civic. It was silver for doors, a manual transmission, and it was beautiful. I was so excited to get this car. I had been eyeing it for months before they finally gave it to me. And although I didn't have my license yet, I was working towards it. I had gotten my learner ease permit about 6 months earlier, and I had been practicing with my dad every now and then. But my mom was really strict about me getting my license. She said that I could only get my license if I got a job and started paying car insurance and gas out of my own pocket. And since I didn't have a steady income, I wasn't able to get my license right away. My birthday was coming up soon, and I told my parents that all I wanted was my license. I begged them, but they said that I needed to wait until I turned 18. My birthday came and went, and still no license. I was so frustrated. Finally, about 2 months later, my parents relented and agreed to pay for my driving lessons and my license. I was so happy. I went to the DMV, got my license, and the first thing I did was go out with my friends and get some fast food. The next day, my mom and I went to Jewel-Osco, which is like a grocery store here in Chicago, to pick up some stuff for a picnic that we were having later in the week. We went on a Thursday and the weather was supposed to be nice, so we decided to drive out to the park instead of taking the train. When we got to the car, my mom said, "Hey, why don't you drive?" So I got in the driver's seat and started the engine. I was so nervous. What if I messed up? What if I stalled the car, or worse, what if I got in an accident? My mom was quiet in the passenger seat, which made me even more nervous. We pulled out of the driveway and onto the street. I was doing fine until we got to the first stop sign. I completely froze. My hands were shaking and I couldn't bring myself to turn the wheel. My mom cleared her throat and said, "Just turn the wheel, honk the horn, and go." I did as she said, and we were on our way. We made it to the grocery store without any problems, and I was feeling pretty good about myself. But when we got home, I knew that my test was far from over. I still had to parallel park the car in our driveway. I took a deep breath, turned the wheel, and slowly started to maneuver the car into place. I could hear my mom's heart pounding from the passenger seat, and suddenly my car stalled. The engine died, and I was left with my foot on the brake and the car in neutral. I looked over at my mom and saw that she was staring straight ahead with her mouth open. I started the car back up and finished parking. That night at dinner, my parents told me that they were very proud of me and that I did a great job driving. They said that I should practice driving as much as possible so that I would be prepared for when I got my license. And that's exactly what I did. I drove everywhere, to the movies, to school, to work, even to my friend's house. I put over 20,000 miles on that car in just 1 year. And although it was a little bit scary at first, I loved driving.